Django. Hello everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for visiting with me today. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. We do all kinds of things here. True crime, SFX makeup, regular makeup, hauls, vlogs, food content, and Disney content, all that. Although the Disney content has been put on hold for a while. And other things too. So, join me if you want to. So, Miss Shirley, and this is the last time I will be referring to her that way. And I'm also going to try to avoid sharing her image because I find it in poor taste. But she is a toddler that has gained a huge social media following with appearances on her local news and even the Jennifer Hudson show for her cute little line dancing. While some celebrate her talent, charm, and her personality, although I know it doesn't take much talent to do that, some critics have taken issue with the outfits and dance moves. It is grooming. It's grooming. I don't care how you want to look at it. That's what it is. And you will not change my mind on that. It's exploitation. Whether you want to call it that or not, that is what it is. It's blatant exploitation of a child. So, so mom can make some money. And it is criminal. It's criminal. So a man is owning up to being the reason CPS was called on this toddler's mom, although I don't think he was the only one that called. He took to TikTok to say he's the one who reported the mom to CPS. And he is receiving some backlash, but some praise also for this action. But isn't that what we're always told to do? If we see something, say something. This is why people don't say anything. This is why people are so reluctant to call CPS, because of people like this, bullying, because they get heat when the heat should be placed squarely on the adult responsible for the child. If CPS investigates and finds nothing, fine, that's fine. But there is no denying that this child is being exploited. You're not going to get around that. Not with me. Not with me. So the man who reported her, he said, I see everybody asking the $1 million question, who called CPS on the mama? And he goes, guilty. The man said in a video, it was captured by OnSite, but it's on TikTok. I didn't know her mama was going to get on live crashing out afterwards. And quite frankly, I don't give a damn. That was his quote. And I don't think he should give a damn. He did the right thing. He did the absolute right thing. He gave the damn we're all expected to give. And then he gets crap about it. No, not cool. He sees a child in danger, maybe not immediate danger, but I think so, but danger of being further exploited. It's gross. It is gross. People can say it's cute, it's innocent, and no hate against this child. She's a beautiful, precious toddler. And to us with normal thinking brains, the dancing is adorable. Although, after seeing some of those moves, I certainly got uncomfortable. But to the ones out there who have the minds of PDFs, and there are a lot more out there than we are aware of. They're putting mental images of her in their spank bank. That's what they're doing. They're editing still shots of her. I know what they do because they did that to Alyssa Milano in the early 90s. They're traveling hours to meet her and hold her and put their hands on her at meet and greets, adult-driven meet and greets. This is teaching her to be a little too friendly and trusting with strangers. What's worse is the mother has admitted that she's doing it for money. She's doing it for the money. And there are people saying, folks are just bored, and that's, why they are, hating on her. First off, no one is hating on the little girl. No, nay. They're hating on mom for exploiting her child. A lot of us have a problem with that. And to the mother, are you going to be bored when that little girl of yours is, starts giving lap dances at 9 years old or younger? Because that's where we're headed. That's what she is being taught is her worth. It doesn't matter if she's been dancing like that at home for a while, before being filmed. The mom put her out there when she filmed her and posted the first video. She's profiting off of her toddler and exploiting her. And yes, even sexually exploiting her. I'm sorry. It's hard to say, but it's true. Because there are grown men and women, but mostly men, that are showing up at these meet and greets to hold her. Why are you letting strangers put their hands on your child? That's weird to me. This isn't about the line dance. This isn't about the line dance. She's a cute little girl. She's not the problem. The problem is what she is being exposed to, what she is being taught. Don't go nuts on me. I'm going to get y'all. This is dangerous. Let me tell you a quick story. When Marshall was very young, he was still in diapers, so maybe under 2, I don't know. Our family was invited to a family camp for kids with cancer. The first night, they have like a welcome party with a dance and everything, and each family gets a pal assigned to them. Someone that takes them to their activities, helps the family, etc. Well, at this dance, the girl that was our family pal was holding Marshall. I was okay with that because she was standing right there with me. And she was our family pal, and they'd bonded and everything. So a man dressed sort of like a clown that volunteered with the camp walked over to our family pal and took my son, out of her arms and walked away really fast with him. So I went after him and took my son away. I told him, I'm sorry, I don't know you. I can't have you holding him. Because this guy gave me the skeeves. And chances are, maybe this guy was safe. I don't know. I was skeeved by him. He was odd. But, I wasn't willing to take any risk. Eric and I actually made a lot of comments about that guy. I don't know, he always had his hands on one of the kids. Just maybe we should have looked into him. I don't know. They did background checks. But the problem with a lot of parents out in this world is they are willing to take the risk. They're willing to take the risk, especially if there is a gain in it for them, usually fiscal. The problem is the people who think it's fine, they all need to be put on a list. No one is hating on this little girl. It's not her fault that her mother is a money-grubbing stag, that would sell her child's soul for a few bucks. This is about protecting children. Something that everyone on the internet, claims that they want to do. They're all the time, protect the children. But when someone tries to do that, they dump on that person. I always see comments like, where's the mother? Where's the father? Why isn't anyone calling CPS? Someone reports it, and then people get pissed at that person. Social media doesn't want to protect any children. They just want to kiss each other's butts and talk about protecting children, but they don't actually want to take any action. None of them really want to do it. What this mother is doing is blatant exploitation, and she should be investigated. She should be. And just because something hasn't happened to the little girl yet doesn't mean it won't. Does not mean it won't. In fact, she's more at risk because of her mother's attitude. She's more at risk because of that. Now, I do want to point out that it has been said that the little girl has an OF page. She doesn't. And I'll show you this. It looks like a Facebook page. Miss Shirley's Dance Universe OnlyFan page. I think she is trying to say this is her only fan page, like it's the only fan page that exists, not her OF page. Believe it or not, OF is more diligent than that. But I can't help but think Mom knew exactly what she was doing with that word, and she sure did. So if I can find Mom's reaction to being reported, I will insert it here.
Home all day. All day. Them the ones it is. You sitting at home all day with nothing to do but sit and worry about what Tish Tucker and Miss Shirley got going on. It's sickening and it's fucking sad, and I'm fucking fed up with it. For a miserable motherfucker to call DHS on me about my child that's well taken care of. Y'all are fucking sick. To the old bitches that sit in my motherfucking inbox, disrespect me, inbox me, calling me bitches, hoes, sluts, and all that, I'm sick of it. I'm a motherfucking mama before anything. I'm sick of you low-life bitches trying to discredit me as a mother. And to anybody, any elder that's on here, I apologize for my cursing. I apologize if you feel I'm being disrespectful.
Hi, baby. This man did the right thing according to social media standards of decency. But those standards change a little when you're expected to do something. His didn't. His standards didn't change. He did what needed to be done. It needed to be reported because this child's mother needs to be on their radar. Mom can threaten her stupid legal action. You know, she should have enough money, you know, to hire a lawyer with as much as she's been pimping her child out, you know, with what her daughter is earning. Because Lord knows, Mom isn't making it off of her own back. But she sure is putting that kid to work. Anyway, she can threaten legal action all she wants. It doesn't change the cold, hard fact that, yes, she is exploiting that child. She's borderline trafficking her. Let's look at some definitions. Look at Marshall, though. Let me exploit him. But he's a baby there. He's full grown now. Okay. In legal context, exploitation generally means taking unfair or improper advantage of someone or something, often for one's own benefit, to the detriment of the other. This can involve financial, labor, or even personal resources. And let's elaborate. The general definition of exploitation involves using or benefiting from something in a way that is unfair or unjust. This often implies a power imbalance where one party, Alan takes advantage of the vulnerability or dependency of another. So child exploitation, this refers to any conduct involving a minor that violates laws related to sexual activity, obscenity, or exploitation in general. And then we've got trafficking in human beings. Exploitation is a core element of trafficking, where individuals are exploited, for forced labor, sexual exploitation, or other purposes. This little girl is being forced into a situation that can turn very ugly very quickly. And this isn't coming out of nowhere. This is not coming out of nowhere. Look at all the child stars who are suffering as adults because of what they went through as children. Some parents, they just don't care as long as that payout comes. I mean, Drake Bell was practically served up on a silver platter to Brian Peck. And let's face it, he wasn't the only one. So, I don't have a problem with this little girl dancing. That's not what the problem is. The problem is the world is dangerous. So much can happen to even the most well-protected child. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't have fun. I'm saying she should be allowed to be a little kid. I'm saying her mom shouldn't be letting strangers put their hands on this little girl. Holding her, crying over her. Again, the problem isn't the little girl dancing at a barbecue or in the privacy of her own home. The problem isn't even really the type of dancing. The problem is the meet and greets. Collecting money while your toddler has enticed grown adults to put their hands on her, being passed from one to another. Having a 4-year-old dance suggestively may look like nothing to us, to a normal thinking person, but to a predator, it looks like an invitation. And mom's, snapping her fingers, counting the money, just further permits them to give in to their sick desires. And maybe it's unfair. Maybe it's unfair that we have to shield our kids so much, but I don't think the expectations here are unreasonable. Don't exploit your children. Let them be kids. Protect them. My cat found a lizard the other day. Alan did, and I thought he was going to kill it, but he's been protecting that lizard. He's not looking real good today. But a cat can protect a lizard, but this woman isn't going to protect her human child? No. She's defiant, and that defiance only hurts that little girl further. And people on social media are not having it. There are a lot of people outraged. I've seen more outrage than support. There are some people that don't get the outrage and say everyone needs to mind their own business. Well, I'm sorry. If a toddler shows up on my screen popping her booty, dancing suggestively to music inappropriate for a child, it becomes everyone's business, Again, we're expected to report stuff, but then when we don't, we're assholes. And then when we do, we're assholes. She wanted to make money off of her child. Make her child a public figure. Well, here's part of the package. This woman is a bad mother. And I know other people have said, I don't think she's a bad mom. I think she's a bad mom. I do. Let that child be a child. She's teaching her all the wrong things. She's teaching her that it's not only okay, but expected to let strange men put their hands on you. You know, she's teaching her that her value is in her body. She's teaching her to comply with what men want. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. So I remember when I was about 12 years old, I was hanging out by the pool with a few friends, and we looked 12. We looked like little girls. And they laid their towels down and laid on the towels and started doing leg ups, you know, because Physical by Olivia Newton-John came on. And, you know, they thought they were being cute. They thought they were more sophisticated than 12. But there were older boys, and my mom said they were college students at the table, like across the pool from us. So there was us, the pool, and then these boys. And they were leaning down like they were trying to look all up their crotches, like, ooh. And my mom came down and made the girls get up and stop doing that. And then she had security remove the boys because everyone saw how they were looking at these girls. Even before they started the Olivia Newton-John thing. Even before they started that, they were being eyeballed. Parents have to be diligent every step of the way. Yes, it's disgusting that perverts will take something innocent and get off on it, but we can't control them. All we can do is look out for our kids. Let a toddler be a toddler. No, this mama has this child working it. She's working it. I even thought it was weird that grown men who think that they're Jedi that traveled great distances at Comic-Con and spent a lot of money to get their picture taken with the little girl that played Leia on that Obi-Wan Kenobi show. You know, she was a little girl and grown men are getting their picture taken with her. You know, and maybe they're completist or something, you know, but I just still found it weird. I had a problem with that, but that isn't even as bad as this to me because I don't think they were allowed to touch her. You know, they weren't allowed to put their hands on her. I think in every picture I saw, they were at least 2 feet apart. But these men that go to meet this little toddler are able to pick her up, hug her, cry over her. It's bizarre. It is weird. But I'm going to share a few TikToks with you, and we will wrap this up.
What the hell going on with Miss Shirley? No, I ain't going to call her Miss Shirley because she's a baby. She's a kid. She's a child. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you see my eyes? Probably not because of the shout. But what I'm saying is, the red dress video, what the fuck is that? Like, I want to know, what is the mama trying to do? Is the mama trying to pimp her out? Who's the mama? Where the mama at for Lil Shirley? Because this right here is getting ridiculous. I just seen a video with Lil Shirley in a red dress. Johnny Gill playing in the background. Y'all know the 80s, 90s, Johnny Gill. Playing in the background, talking about the red dress, put on your high heels. Here she is trying to put her foot in her mama high heels. And then she got the nerve to be trying to put on lipstick. I don't care if it's lip gloss, I don't care. Then put the little baby on the wig. Yeah, the little baby in the red grown folks dress with the wig on. Like, is the mama trying to pimp her dog? Like, what are you doing? You know how many weirdos out here? They're snatching kids' pictures and stuff and videos offline and ain't no telling what they doing to them. And you gonna continue to promote this for likes and views, your kid, your baby? Like, Lil Shirley got plenty of time to grow up and be a thought. She got plenty of time to do that. Because she already thoughting at the little bit of age. No disrespect to the little one. It's the mama fault because she ain't allowing it. She allowing it. But she already at grown folk trail rides, popping fans, whatever they be doing. No. She need to be running around playing on the playground. Bullshit. That's what she need to be doing. Somebody need to wake up the mama. The mama need a wake-up call. The mama's mama ought to smack the shit out of her for letting her baby do that. Am I tripping? I mean, if I'm tripping, let me know I'm tripping. But my daughters would never.
I don't care that they called the police on Lariah's mom. Lariah, also known as Miss Shirley. Stop giving her that fucking name. I don't care that CPS was called on that mama. They needed to be called because I'm going to tag a video where a man is damn near bawling his eyes out because he finally got to meet Miss Shirley. I'm hearing about these meet and greets and there are grown ass men talking about they drove hours to meet Miss Shirley. Why the fuck, as a man, as an adult, are you driving hours to meet a 4-year-old? That mama is creating too many gray areas. That mama is making that girl too comfortable around strange men to the point that one of these days, one of those men is going to do something to that little girl. And she's going to think it's normal. She shouldn't be hugging strange men or women. But all the clips I see are men doing the meet and greets. Are women buying tickets to go meet this little girl? Right. Obviously her child is not going to get taken away. But if anything, that lets her know people are watching and we're taking this shit seriously. Tighten the fuck up. There's no reason why your 4-year-old should be doing meet and greets. Like, let her do the little boots on the ground dance. Let her dance on Jennifer Hudson's show and call it a fucking day. Why are you doing meet and greets with grown-ass men? Men talk about, oh, I'm just so glad to meet you, and start crying over meeting a 4-year-old. Go to jail. You ain't a damn mama.
Wait, you mean to tell me that grown men are paying to hold a little girl who still wears a diaper? Y'all are applauding a toddler being paraded around like a celebrity while adult men line up and actually pay just to hold her and take pictures with her. And her guardians are just fine with that. She's 4. A baby who is still in diapers. And she's out here doing dance routines that people wouldn't even feel comfortable watching a teenager do. And this is supposed to be normal. I mean, where is the TikTok child safety team? I mean, because this is crazy. This isn't cute. It isn't culture. It isn't empowerment. This is a child who is being exploited, dressed up for likes. And if you're in the comments defending this, I'm side-eyeing you hard. Was this red dress thing a trend with the Johnny Gill song? Because I can't seem to find any adults. It seems to just be Miss Shirley or this little girl. Somebody need to call the damn FBI, because if y'all don't think for 1 second that people don't proposition guardians and parents to exploit their children and pay them for it and pose it like it is normal content, you're crazy. I mean, can anybody weigh in on that? Because I don't know. This just don't seem normal to me. This is crazy.
If you're one of the grown-ass men that pulled up down there to see Miss Shirley at the meet and greet, don't worry. I have a bus arriving at 7 p.m. headed straight to jail. Please get on. There's a few things that we need for you to bring. Your social security card, any form of ID, bills and check stubs are accepted. And please bring your phone, because we will need all 3 of those things to be turned over to authorities upon arrival. And we will also be doing psych evaluations upon arrival at the facilities. Because what possessed you to get dressed, find transportation, and pay to go see this 3-year-old girl? I don't care what y'all got to say. I don't care no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You deserve to be in jail. Now, I'm not one to tell somebody what they can and cannot do with their own child, because that's their child. But I don't blame them folks for calling CPS on y'all. Because there ain't no way in hell you got a bunch of grown adults coming down here to meet this 3 or 4-year-old. You won't even let them hang around their family or some of their family members half the time. But you got grown adults that y'all don't know? Right. CPS, Warner Brothers, whoever, come down here and check the situation out right now. And to make matters worse, they said people were picking this child up to take photos. Now, I thought we wasn't letting people touch children anymore that didn't belong to them. Just because it's for a check, don't make it any better. Nobody should have picked that girl up. Nobody should have touched her. If you was not this child parent's legal guardian or what, do not pick this child up. Do not touch this child. Why are you even here in the first place? All right? Yes, you do a little dance. Keep it on the video and keep it pushing. All right? We don't need no meet and greets. I know you want to get a check, but there's ways to do that. Keep posting on TikTok.
It is warm in here. So anyway, I just wanted to share those few TikToks with you so you could see how other people are reacting to it. And there's a million more like that. I could just go on all day with them. But tell me what you think. It's unsafe out there, and we have to protect our kids. That's just how I feel. But that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to everyone later. Bye. Look at this cute little guy. Okay, bye-bye.